Hey my Taurus babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. I just finished up the Taurus weekly update. This is Taurus and Sagittarius sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G for the month of July. Plus tomorrow. We'll throw tomorrow in for good measure. What the heck? So we're going to do 9 cards. 3 cards for the recent past, 3 cards for current energy, and 3 cards for future energy, 2 cards for overall, and 3 for guidance from the universe. Two more shuffles, Taurus, 2 more shuffles. What's going on with y'all, Taurus and Sagittarius? This feels weird. This feels really weird. Alright. Let's see what we got going on. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. So let's see what we got going on. What's underneath the bottom of the deal, Lord? Somebody's bored. 4 cups. Oh hell, the 10 of swords, somebody's overwhelmed and getting slayed. I promise you he will make himself known when the time is ready. So let's see what we got going on, Taurus, with your Sagittarius. 5 of swords. 7 of swords. Wow. 9 of coin. This is from your recent past. All this air. 8 of swords. Your challenge and your centerpiece card, Taurus, the Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups. Future energy, King of Coin. Moon card. And the Knight of Wands. Damn, what is going on with y'all? Shit, the hell? This is strange. Okay, Taurus, so with the Sagittarius, somebody's cheating. And I'm going to say it's with an air sign. And, it could be Taurus or Sagittarius. This is kind of flip-floppy. Okay, so let me back up, Taurus. Your overall energy is boredom. It's the only word coming from this card right now. Bored. Yawn, fart, snore, bored. Bored. So are you cheating, Taurus? It could be you. I ain't mad at you. Do what you do. And then you got the 10 of swords over here. Difficult issues coming from every direction for sure. Let me get back to the 10 of swords. But for your overall energy right now, Taurus, it's the 4 of cups. And you're bored. From the recent past, somebody had to change their attitude. And they had to change their attitude about somebody. And it wasn't the Sagittarius, Taurus, if you cheating, okay. From that to the 7 of swords, the cheating got started and went way the hell away. Wow. Okay, so for those of you, this is not going to resonate with everybody. For those of you that are ready to hit the off button, let me finish this. For real and for certain is Taurus. And it's coming back that Taurus, you were trying to create this higher standard with the Sagittarius. And Sagittarius just went the fuck on somewhere. But they still are trying to tie you down. Wow. Current energy, the 8 of swords, just blinded with everything in your head, Taurus, but who is this person? It's either an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or they got a lot of air in their sign. But they got you kind of stuck. They got you feeling like you're stuck. Like they know the Sagittarius don't really want to be bothered with you, but they don't really want to be bothered with you either. Come on now. And this is just kind of what's rattling around in your head. Your centerpiece in your challenge card with the Queen of Wands. This is really talking about This shit that sneaks up on you. It's that sneak up on you energy. For real, I do not feel like Taurus, if this is you cheating, because it can go either way, but I'm picking up more of the Taurus. Got bored, had a change of attitude about somebody, blew the thing out with the cheating, and just took it up a notch. Was interrupted. You're trying to create this higher standard with your Sagittarius, and Sagittarius dipped. Now you kind of in your head going over every fucking thing because you are feeling stuck. So then your challenge is to deal with this energy that just kind of snuck up on you with this air sign, or the person with a lot of air in their sign. If this is you cheating, Taurus, or if it's not you cheating, trying to deal with what the hell is going on and where your Sagittarius is. That point blank period. There ain't nothing else I can say about that. That's your challenge. You're trying to figure out what the hell is really going on. Somebody's being fake. With the Queen of Cups right here, if she was in reverse, that's what that would be. Somebody's being disingenuous and fake. They ain't telling you the whole truth. And it feels like it might even be the Sagittarius is emotionally hiding. This is definitely not for those of you living together, but you may have been dating for a while. And it just seemed like the Sagittarius just got up and went away. But this is coming back as them kind of throwing it in your face like, hey, how you doing? But it's that fake bullshit. And you are really just trying to wrestle with why they treated you or why they're treating you the way they treated you. And then you still, and again, it's going either way. If you're cheating Taurus, you're trying to deal with that energy as well. All is not good in the future with this King of Cups here, with all the rest of this shit. Taurus, this is your energy. This is Earth energy. You may be feeling in the future like you're sitting on top of the world or something, some stupid bullshit. But I promise you, with the Moon card sitting right next to it, you're going to find some shit out. You may not be the only one cheating. And you probably feel that, and saying that, it's just like, duh, I know that already. But knowing it and not confirming it is one thing, but knowing it and having it confirmed is another. From there, I just see the Sagittarius just completely cutting it off. Totally. And this is where this Ten of Swords is coming from. When this is finally done, when your Sagittarius decides they're going to walk on and do whatever the hell they're going to do with their little wandering eye, you're going to feel like you just are hit with issues coming from everywhere. Because it feels like whoever this other person is, they're going to slam on some brakes too. I never think it's a good idea to cheat, because at the end of the day, you're not only messing with somebody else's emotional energy, you're messing with your own too. But if this is a situation where Sagittarius really just was not talking to you and just dipped, and I'm kind of getting that because if the Four of Cups is here telling me you're bored, yeah, I get that part. And if this was something towards that you just couldn't get the Sagittarius to say I'm done or I'm through or whatever, I get that. And that really doesn't fall into, in my mind, the whole thing of cheating, because somebody doesn't communicate with you, then fuck it. You're free to do and move around the cabin as you will. But for some of you, it feels like y'all just got bored with the whole situation because the Sagittarius was just trying to do their own thing anyway. So with that said, this is not an easy cut loose thing because of the energy that's in play right now. And it's just going to be an emotional fuck up, overwhelming kind of thing until you, Taurus, if this is the Sagittarius dipping out on you and not communicating, you are going to have to just call it and say, look, I'm done. And if you can't get in touch with this person or this person, there's only 2 fire cards on the board. Sagittarius is fire. So it's telling me they're trying to cut and run. But I know Taurus well enough to know y'all don't necessarily, this is that uneasy energy. So you may not actually even be cheating, but you still have not cut ties with the Sagittarius. And it feels like most of you are like, fuck it, I'm done with the Sagittarius. But it's not in stone because you haven't seen this person. You know they're around, but every time you try to get in touch with them, now all of a sudden they're too busy to talk to you. They can't pick up the phone and call you back. They can't return a text message. They can't get on Facebook and messenger you. That kind of energy. And after a few times of that, fuck it. You do what you do. But this, to you, Taurus, feels like you're cheating because you have unfinished business with the Sagittarius. If this is flip-flop, if this is Sagittarius cheating on a Taurus, it's the same story. The storyline really is not changing. The Taurus may have just shut down on you, Sagittarius, if you're cross-watching, and they didn't communicate with you about what the fuck's going on, and you decided to go somewhere else, do something else. But just know, future energy. You may feel like you're sitting pretty. Knock that throne right out from under your butt. I'm just saying. You will hear some things. You will find something out. All things done in the dark do come out in the light. You're going to hear some stuff. However this is resonating, this is real flip-floppy. It could be Sagittarius or Taurus. Whatever either one of you hear about the other, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, especially if you haven't done what you were supposed to do with the relationship. Sagittarius, if you were trying to just cut and run and not communicate, when you hear some shit in the future about your supposed partner being unfair, don't be surprised. Taurus, same for you. If you dipped and you didn't communicate and you come back and you find out your little Sagittarius has been fucking around, you cannot do this without communication, people. I know a lot of times it's hard to admit that you fucked up or that something is wrong or that you need to work on something, and sometimes it's just easier not to deal with it at all, especially romantically, because then that can just get into a whole lot of other shit. But it's not good when you don't communicate. It's not good. Let me see what the universe has for guidance for Taurus. Man, this is crazy. Emotional withdrawal, fulfillment of wishes, and stand your ground. Emotional withdrawal, and this feels like where you're headed, Taurus. Whatever side of the coin that you're on in this situation, you're gonna pull it back. You're gonna pull it back, and you may pull it back for a while because you don't feel like you can trust yourself or anybody else at this point, because people have been blowing smoke up your ass, and you've probably been blowing some smoke up their ass too. So it's probably going to be a time to take a step back and look at where you are and look at what you're trying to achieve romantically and make some decisions going forward. Unfortunately, you're not going to get the fulfillment of your wishes. I know that's what it says down there, but the energy that's coming back, it's not going to happen. At least not at this point, because there's too much stuff going on and nothing is, it's all air. And it's just blowing. It's like a tornado. So when I tell you nothing is settled, I mean just that. And that ultimately your wishes will be fulfilled, but in the immediate future, it's not going to happen because you got to clear up this energy. You got to put the kibosh on something. And not necessarily at this point that you need to let the other person say something or you need to say something to the other person, but you need to mentally get it in your head that it's done. And you need to make that call for yourself, Taurus especially. You need to just call it. If you haven't been talking in 6 weeks and, this person, though, is still trying to out in public, tell us, oh, yeah, that's my girl, she does this, da-da-da. But, you can't get a phone call back, emergency or not, and you need to just call it. And then deal with the consequences at that point. Even with this other person that seems to be this third party situation that seems to be going on, you may need to just call it. Call it quits. You can't do it, it's too much, whatever. And that's going either way, Sagittarius or Taurus. At the end of all of this, you need to stand your ground. And Taurus, now I'm talking to you. So if somebody's been fucking over you and they ain't been calling you some other shit, and you have the opportunity, I'm going to say that again, if you have the opportunity and you run back into the Sagittarius, and they finally decide they're going to answer their phone, you need to stand your ground. You need to let them know you ain't theirs. They can just come by every 6 months and, let me just put it out there, fuck you and take you to dinner, and then you don't hear from them no more. Hello? No, that don't work. That don't work. And Taurus, let me go a step further. If this is you cheating, if the situation is really like that where the Sagittarius dipped out on your ass and you started dealing with somebody else knowing that this Sagittarius situation wasn't fully closed, I don't know that I'd be taking a big hit on that, because if people don't communicate with you, they can't expect you to just sit around and wait on them. Life is very precious. Time is very precious. You ain't got time to be sitting around waiting on somebody to call you. Are you kidding? That's some bullshit. So however the energy is resonating, whether it's the Taurus or the Sagittarius, because again, I'm getting 50-50 on this. Let it be what it be. Let it be what, and if you have the opportunity, Taurus, to talk to this Sagittarius that is just even this third party that you're dealing with, you need to just tell folks how you feel about the whole situation, how you feel about them, whether it's permanent or temporary, or I was just messing with you because I know what the other person, however that is. Be on it. Be about your business and stand your ground and let people know you are not to be fucked with, Taurus. I'm sorry. People think that. I know they do because they try my ass. Don't let them do it. Don't do it. Stand your ground. Speak your truth. And then at the end of all of this, try to find some healing. I'm going to go back up here to the emotional withdrawal. Try to find some healing and say some prayers for the other person so they can do some better communicating. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Let me see if I can pull two from the other deck for advice on what to do in the middle of all of this. Good grief. Laugh. Be flexible. And that's exactly where you need to leave it. You need to laugh. You need to find something to laugh about. And when you get in situations like this where you got multiple people who are, you know, in one way or other trying to vie for your attention, even if it's on the halftime, you know, the every 6 month thing, you still have to take care of yourself. And laughing is good healing balm. So I suggest you find a comedy club, get on Netflix, something on TV, cable, however it's resonating with you. YouTube, find something to laugh about, Taurus, definitely. And then when all of this is over, be flexible. I know the notion and the knee-jerk reaction is just go do just this. Go sit at the damn beach by your damn self and watch the water. You know what though? Be flexible. Your friends might ask you to do something. Go ahead, do it. Family members might ask you to do something. Go ahead, do it. Be flexible. Don't just get all caught up in your shit and all up here overwhelmed because you got so much shit going on that you can't be flexible. Be flexible. I promise you it'll pay off in the long run when you are able to kind of step out of your agony and your pain and do something a little different. Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good 4th of July. I hope everybody else around the world has a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.